Hello, everyone. I'm sure you'll remember your kid's first steps, your best friend's wedding, or the first time you tried strawberries, right? Memory. Memory is all about taste, aromas, feelings, experiences, and people you share your moment with. And ibrik coffee is just that. It is not just a beverage. It is a tradition, full connected with memories. My grandparents are from Izmir, from a small village called Burla, where food and coffee were full connected with communication. I grew up with them, and I remember them preparing ibrik coffee in their backyards for friends and family to come together, celebrate and share moments. And that's my aim for today. Make an original ibrik that still carries all the emotional weight of the classic one my grandpa made and used as inspiration. The goal is to create a memorable experience and one that's connect not only me to the competition, but also the competition to a time or a place or a memory. Judges, let's start. Serving water with a coffee is a part of a tradition. Actually, very few people explain the importance of that move. My grandpa, always says, you should never forget the water, my son. It's a sign of philoxenia, a way to make your guest feel warm, open their heart, and listen to you. He then continued by freshly grinding his coffee as a part of a tradition. I decided to do the same today, to hand grind my coffee for the first course and travels you back to my memories. Judges, it is really hard to find a coffee that sticks in your minds and whose memory lasts and reminds you of your childhood. But I'm super excited that I found Granja La Esperanza, Sudam Rume from Colombia, that carries all the aromas, tastes, and spaces and travels me back to those family days. A unique, all-time classic coffee that no one can forget once they have tried it. But don't worry, we will have time today to elaborate more on it and discover its amazing characteristics. Sudan Rume is an exceptional rare coffee from Valle de Cauca in Colombia with a beautiful flavor profile. It's a naturally occurring varietal from the bourbon family, bursting with red fruits and floral flavors, but very low yielding. Due to the tree's low yield, Sudan Rume has mainly been used for breeding, creating hybrid trees that produce more fruits with some of its prized flavor characteristics. Judges, as the harvest is incredibly small, this coffee is a classic case of quality over quantity. Hand-picked at peak, ripeness, and fermented in sherry for 48 hours. Then, the coffee moved to solar drying for 28 days. This highlights the fruity character of the coffee. So, first course for today, classic traditional ibrik, the all-time classic as I call it. Now, allow me to prepare your ibriks and I'm coming back. Thank you. For more information, you can check my card. Thank you. For the first course, I am adding 7.5 grams of coffee and 60 grams of water. Check my scale. Thank you. Why I'm using these grams? After many tests, I noticed using these grams, my coffee stayed sweet all the way long, something that is really important for the ibrik coffees. The water I'm using is a soft quick water of 95 TDS and 140 ppm, because I saw that the combination with my roasting profile highlights the most sweet elements while keeping out the bitterness, especially in the aftertaste. The coffee was roasted 3 days ago here in Milan using an Icava sample roasting machine in 91 action points for 9 minutes. A profile we found highlights the herbal character of the coffee, maintains balance between the acidity and the sweetness of the coffee. Judges, the older people We're preparing the ibrik in a very low heat, very slowly, to enjoy the whole tradition. But you might have noticed I am using a gas heater in a high heat, so as to preparing my ibrik faster to reduce the bitterness. As you see, I use ibrik made from copper, the oldest and the most traditional way to making ibrik. Copper, as a good conductor, helps us a lot to uniform transfer of temperature and to result a better coffee taste. My boiling time is 1 minute and 28 seconds. Smell fantastic. Amazing coffee. So, judges, relax and enjoy my coffee after 3 minutes. The sun timer in front of you can guide you. Before, as you saw, I added cold water in the cup because with this method, the coffee ground goes faster at the bottom and gives your coffee more clarity. The older people keep saying that the top layer of the crema has an effect on ibrik flavor. But what if you remove it? This will increase to a mouthful a lot and to reduce the bitterness. Make your coffee really sweet and transparent. Now, please, smell my coffee. You will find aromas of pineapple and a little bit of strawberry. And then evaluate my crema and allow me to remove it by using cupping spoon. Thank you. May I? Thank you. And yours? Thank you very much. Perfect. Please, now, keep some notes about my flavor profile. You will experience taste balance of low bitterness. The acidity is medium, like sweet pineapple. And the sweetness is high. In the flavor, you will find peach, pineapple, kiwi, and orange zest. In the tactile, you will find medium weight, medium texture, silky body, and long-lasting aftertaste like mandarin. Judges, reminds you, enjoy my coffee after 3 minutes. I'm going to prepare your signature and I'm coming back. Thank you very much. I am adding 25 grams of coffee for each one beverage. And 80 grams of water. In a few seconds, you will enjoy my coffee, judges. I am adding a block of ice for each one beverage for my signature. Yes. Yes. Judges, are you ready? Let's go to my signature. my signature beverage and create our own future memories. The idea came while I was thinking that ibrik, unfortunately, in a few countries, tends to become obsolete. So I had to find a way to co-create something, a signature drink to preserve the tradition in a modern coffee shop world. Please, let me show you how. I leverage the hovoli, the oldest method to preparing ibrik, which is a sun heater. Sun heater allow me to preparing the ibrik slowly, but with uniformity of temperature due to the sun, ensuring a strong and creamy body, the perfect result for the base of my signature. For this course, I am using the PK100 coffee grinder that gives me the ability to grind quickly with zero waste and without clumping, and that helps for the herbal character of my coffee. Judges, my recipe for this course is 25 grams of coffee and 80 grams of water. The same coffee and the same water that I use for the first course. This ratio will give me balance between the sweetness and the acidity of my coffee. You noticed I am not using the classic ibriks, but glass ones. Why? I noticed the acidity become even more vibrant and plump and more clean taste. The boiling temperature is controlled because the sun covers all the side of ibrik and the heat transfer moving inside consistently, making all the coffee ground to extract evenly. As you see, I filter my coffee for a better and cleaner taste. And I use a unique cloth filter made in Greece. It has uniform screen and very small pores, made by recycled materials and reusable durability, and that helps for the flow brew management. Now it's time for my ingredients. First ingredient, I fermented pineapple for 80 hours. How? I am adding pineapples, 50 grams of brown sugar and 50 grams of water, and I left it in a controlled warm temperature. I am using 88 grams of this ingredient to highlight the fruit sweetness and the tropical character of my coffee. Second ingredient, infused coffee cascara with coffee blossom and orange peels. How? I'm using 200 grams of coffee cascara, 10 grams of coffee blossoms, and 10 grams of orange peel. And I leave it in a vacuum can for 20 hours. I am adding 6 grams of this ingredient as I want to enhance the coffee character and gives balance and complexity for my signature. Judges, last ingredient, of course, my coffee. I mixed all the ingredients together and I'm shaking with ice to homogenize and cooling my signature. Judges, it's time for a little bit of noise. Thank you. Please, keep some notes about my flavor profile. You will find medium acidity and refreshing. The sweetness is medium to high, and the bitterness is low. You will find flavor of pineapple, peach, of course, orange blossom, and bergamot. Now, the final touch. Judges, the sense of smell is the sense most closely tied to memory. So imagine we are in my backyard and drink some refreshing cold beverage. I trapped some aromas for this experience. Please, now enjoy my signature. Judges, it's time to create our own future memories. I'm Dimitris from Greece, and that was my time. Thank you.